Wake up to your future like you've never seen before.
Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Wednesday, March 20th, 2019. I'm astrologer Dave Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, happy Pagan New Year to everybody, and on a full moon Pagan New Year. Woo! But before we talk about that, make sure you check out the High Vibe TV Lightworker School. Go to highvibetvschool.com. It's a whole new website. Go check it out. You can get all my astrology courses, 45 videos. You can get my new e-commerce spiritual business school. You can get Sarah Posh's awesome shadow work school. You can get Jax's tarot mastery school. And you can get Dylan's, the spirit advisor's awesome school going into crystals and kundalini yoga and talking with angels, all at an all-in-one price, or get them individually. But if you get the all-in-one, you get my whole entire Leo King Elite School. Do not miss out. highvibetvschool.com. That's all I'm going to promote right now. Let's go into the astrology. But before we take a look at all the planets, let's take a look at the Leo King Planet Energy Meter. Attention with all the energy for your Wednesday Pagan New Year. And I'm sending you lots of great energy. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I'm hoping that you have an awesome, amazing, and spectacular, wonderful Pagan New Year. And of course, I'm going to put this energy meter at the extreme position. Beep, 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 woo, woo. With a little Libra energy. Woo. Now the sun has come into Aries, the exaltation point of the sun. Woo! This is a big moment because the sun now is exalted again, and we start the re-energizing force in the universe on a full moon at 0 degree of Libra. This will be one of 2 full moons in Libra. I don't know if everyone knows that, so be prepared. We got 2 full moons in Libra. So when it comes to relationships, talk about the next month being freaking crazy about relationships. It is going to be crazy. Just going to put that out there. But what else do we got going on? We got Mars squaring Venus. Exactly. During this full moon today, Venus rules relationships. It's in Aquarius. Mars rules independence and self. It's in Taurus, stubborn. This is a very interesting energy about what literally right now in our lives do we really, what makes sense? What makes sense for us in our lives to move forward with? Now, the full moon in Libra just wants all of us to just feel instantly this harmonious, beautiful world. But we all know that with Saturn and Pluto and the South Node and Pluto getting closer in Capricorn, that we have this reality. We have a reality we're in, and we got things that we got to fix, and there's problems, and there's the big energy of survival through the big, intense system of the world. And with Uranus now in Taurus, which is making a big in conjunct over to this full moon, guess what? Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of crazy things we're trying to figure out about how to survive, what is worth doing, finding our power within, with the sun in Aries now in its exaltation point, and with Uranus and Taurus, Mars and Taurus, you know what? We can find the power within. I think that we can get help, but we gotta still, even with help, know that we gotta do it ourselves. And I think that's very important. With the sun and Chiron coming closer and this full moon opposing Chiron in Aries. Remember, this is gonna be the first time that Chiron has been smack dab hit really intensely by a big full moon like this, especially with all these events going on. We are at a point where we are having to look differently about, who we are and the power that we have and the strengths that we have. We do need help. Help is available, but it's not help that's going to save your whole day. You still have to do the work yourself. You still got to do something with the help. So it's important for people to know right now that looking for saviors right now, and that could be anything. Just like this outside energy, it'll fix it all and I don't have to do nada. You're going to have to do something with whatever help comes your way or whatever relationship stuff that is going on, because there is major relationship weird stuff going on with Mercury as well, retrograding, sextiling Saturn, but leaving that sextile and heading towards Neptune. We cannot create delusional stories. We need to stay in reality. We need to see through our subconscious, and we cannot create this, it's just because of this, or giving our power away, or being overly compassionate, or creating some sort of, imaginary, thing that we all know it doesn't make sense and probably won't work out, especially with Mercury retrograde in its fall position of Pisces. So this full moon is teaching us to find true balance within ourselves. The balance in ourselves to be able to move forward through weird and hard energies of survival with Mars trine Pluto, with the South Node coming on top of Pluto. We've got to find a way to change the way that we look at how we do move forward into a better life. We need to cut out the energies that don't serve us. We have taken on a lot of energy just to survive. We have taken on anything that we can. On my deep astrology, it's kind of like we're just taking everything like a gypsy and throwing it into a trunk and thinking that we can carry this huge load of all these energies, all these people, all these situations, all these new things that we wanted to try and make it through. But you know what? Let's just cut down to the real stuff. Let's cut down to the power we have inside. Let's only bring in energy and let go of energy, especially, that is only going to bring us to our best power within. And this is a very deep test of the power within, getting a little assistance, but that assistance is going to be only temporary and only can do so much. So if you especially since Venus in Aquarius is trying to find help and it's trying to find all these solutions to Mars issues in Taurus, which are like, well, hey, like this is really what the scenario is. This is what we have. Like it's kind of like, you know, if I have 2 toothpicks and I'm asking you to go build a car, you might help me and be like, okay, I put the 2 toothpicks to make the line of the car vertically. It's like, okay, you know, you're gonna have to look at situations like what you have, what has been built there, what is valuable for you in the future. Jupiter and Venus are in a sextile as well. And I think that this is us seeing a bigger picture and seeing the longer road and seeing that there are lots of awesome opportunities and doors open and solutions. But if you are putting your energy into places that don't have what it takes, that doesn't have the value, that doesn't actually even have the resource itself, then you need to really reevaluate and revalue things, and more importantly, weigh out things better and find that power and that understanding and that determination to only focus on what is really important. And it sounds very, you know, harsh, but the truth is that we don't have time. With Saturn and Pluto getting closer and a south node in Pluto that is coming exact next week and a Mercury retrograde on top of Neptune that's going to be, Mercury and Neptune are going to hang out for weeks. We got to get through this delusion. We got to stop taking on charity cases, situations that don't make sense, and also past situations that need to be fully cleared instead of put to the side. This is a cardinal full moon, this is a super moon, and this is about taking new direction, and this is a Chiron moon, because the moon is opposing Chiron exactly. And the full moon, by the way. And the next full moon is going to be with Aries sun at 28 degrees and the moon at 28 Libra. So I'm just letting you all know, you know, we're in a double full moon Libra energy. And so relationships and weighing out your life right now and restabilizing is the number one thing in our life that we need to pay attention to, especially with Mars square Venus and especially with Mars trine Pluto, about what we need to change. And instead of just surviving and doing whatever that you want or taking whatever that you think you can to survive, think about what you're doing to survive. Think fully. Find that you have more options, you have more power to make the changes in your life that you need to fix the problems that are happening in your life from the power that you have and the courage that you have from within. And this is a deep self-worth test on the highest degree, and reevaluating and realize that it is not outside of yourself which will save you, but the power from within your own self, and clearing the delusions of like, well, I can get this, or I'll put my energy, or this outside energy will come, and guess what? It'll just fix everything and I'm done. This energy will fix me forever. No, it won't. It'll give you a little assistance. It'll give you some insight. It'll help you with some support, but you got to keep moving this train forward. And this is where we got to be very, very clear with our logical energy, with especially a full moon in Libra that is a very good logical understanding of weighing things out. It's a cardinal logical, so it wants to take initiative with logical energy, but with Mercury offline, basically retrograde in its fall position on top of Neptune, sextiling Saturn, we need to like think straight, we need to be clear, and we need to have conversations about reality and not delusion. We need to look at the reality of things. We need to be honest. We need to let our souls be transparent, because if we try to hide and hide and hide and project the story and project the story and project the story and project the story, we're going to not only hurt ourselves, we're going to hurt other people, we're going to hurt every situation. We got to be dead on real, dead on clear, and that will help out things a lot. The good news is the universe is coming through with a lot of support, but it's just like being in a war. We are in Aries now, the sign of war. And the world powers are going to change, the whole world system is going to change, and there's a freak out coming with the South Node and Pluto from people fearing death in yourself, fearing death of you dying in the system, fearing that you're not going to be able to make it to the top of the mountain, fearing that you're not going to be able to accomplish what you need to, fear that you're not going to be able to pay your bills, fear that you're not going to be able to get what you want in your life, or that you've been screwed over with the Sun and Chiron. This is what we need to let go of in order to find our self-power and to push through it. Use that as a driving force to say, no, that is not going to happen. I have the power in myself. I know that I've got this. I'm not going to take on energy that doesn't make sense. I'm going to connect with energies, and I'm going to find relationships and be in only relationships that make sense and not be giving all of my power into that as my way to move through. You have more power than you realize, and this full moon is waking you up of it or doubling you down into believing into a fairy tale story that probably, and you know it deep within your soul, if you check yourself, and other people will check yourself for you, the universe will check yourself for you with signs that it doesn't make sense and is pulling your power away from you. Watch Deep Astrology. I get deeper into this. We got the Temperance card up right. It takes time to build great things. It takes time to build earth. It just didn't happen in one day. Supposedly, the Bible says 7 days, so that's 7 days to make an earth. But you know what? 7 days is a long time compared to 1 day. So trying to fix your whole life in 1 day is not going to happen right now. But setting your energy into the right energy zones and understanding that time is precious and we know we got to go fast, but finding a comfort in knowing that everything's okay, and to trust in the universe and to understand and to feel what's going on in you and see where the rivers are turning in the right direction and focus on that direction instead of trying to keep looking in all these other directions when you already know where your power is, that you've got all that you need right now to manifest everything that you need right now instead of keeping to look outside for it. Hope that helps. Thanks so much for all your support. We're doing spiritual dance music tonight. We're going to be doing a big one, especially because of the full moon, especially because of the pagan new year, and especially because this is a radical time in this like portal between portals. And we are going to be doing it live. I have some special guests. We're going to be doing an awesome prayer. We're going to be doing the music. We're going to be doing tarot. Do not miss it tonight. I will see you all tonight and here on YouTube. And thank you much for being a part of the app. You can get these videos every day by being on futurelife.tv, which will soon be on highvibe.tv. We're not there yet. There's, of course, a lot of transitions going on behind the scenes. Thanks so much for all your support. I truly appreciate it. And I will see all of you tonight for Spiritual Dance Music.
Wake up to your future like you've never seen before.